Tracy Brown at the LA Times studio at Comic-Con, here with the cast of Van Helsing.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hey, Tracy.
I guess to start off with, I have to talk to Christopher first. Sam's had a big journey overall. But how has it been to kind of explore his dark turn and turning into basically the supervillain of the season, last season?
In season 4, he learns a couple of new tricks, which are pretty cool. The Oracle spends some time with him, and she teaches him some pretty cool tricks, so it's great.
How much longer does makeup take now?
Oh, gosh. I think they got it down to 2.5 hours. We started with 5, and it got down to 2.5 hours, so they really were able to whip through it.
Tricia, Keeya, Nicole, you guys play new characters next season. What can you tell us about who we're going to meet?
Well, you're going to meet, I at least can say 3 pretty fierce new ladies on the show.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, guys. Me and Keeya's character and I, we have a lot of fight choreography, so we're pretty strong, badass chicks that show up, and we're both on our own little journey, but I think you'll really like them.
Tricia, you're going to be Dracula.
I am, yes, the dark one. Very, very, very exciting for me to play, and I was just completely tickled when I read the script for the first time and saw the character and how much I was going to be able to just play with it, and then, as Christopher said, working with hair and makeup and discovering a look. I think it's going to be somewhat different than what maybe people are going to be expecting from me coming in to play Dracula. But it's such an iconic role, and she's been away for a long time, and she's definitely looking forward to coming back and kind of having some of her comeuppance.
Nice. I know you can't say much, but what personal flair did you get of this incarnation of Dracula different? Because the mythology of vampires are pretty different in the show.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best dressed Dracula, just saying.
And the most elegant and
Just saying,
fierce.
Jimmy
Yes.
There's definitely a bit of an androgynous vibe to it. I wanted to stay away from femme fatale and coming in and just being all her power. She is all powerful, so we didn't want to have to force that. Just let it be, let it sit in her, and kind of seep out of her.
Well, Jen, I know I'm not supposed to root for the sisterhood, but sometimes I do.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Come on.
But how they're such a big part now. They're leading the Daywalkers. How's that been for you?
Glorious. I've really enjoyed stepping into her boots and taking over and biting and fighting and all of that stuff, the yelling and the aggression. It's been actually very therapeutic, I have to say. Man, to get up every morning and get to go to work with these guys and be a character like Ivory, that's it. It's the best.
Well, you made Scab a sister. How did that?
So no
how
bananas.
Does that work?
How did that work?
No, how did
It was one take.
One take. I guess my question is what does it take to be a sister?
It takes love, and I know that's something you probably don't think when you think villain. You don't think love, but I think they're just the most passionate lovers. They just maybe don't quite know how to express that properly. But Scab, working with him, Roland, he brings so much energy, so much force. You can get up and you're in the chair getting makeup or whatever, and he'll just come up to you and he'll just look at you, and it's like he talks to you without using words, and you're just like, It's
He's
good.
literally
Yes.
Scab.
He is.
He's literally Scab.
He is. And he'll come and I'll hear scratching at my trailer. And I'm open the door and it's nothing there. And I'm like,
I had
Scab.
I had an experience. I went to Starbucks and as I turned around, he was right there just staring at me. I go, "What are you doing? Where did you come from?" And that was just a normal day on the street. So he's everywhere.
Nice. Well, Aleks, we've seen you explore more Julius's humanity this season, right? As he's turned back, how has that been for you? What is it?
I loved that. I mean, Julius is on this redemption trail of righting all the wrongs that he does and that he did as a vampire, and the idea of him, going out on his own, his own morals and ethics, and he'd be fine ending it with doing something good for somebody. So I love the whole kind of his journey and trying to fight for the humanity of it, and something that he was on the other side of. So I'm really enjoying it.
I mean, we ended the season. He seems to be in a pretty tough spot right now.
Yeah, very, very tough spot. I don't know what's going to happen. My showrunner's over there, so he's like, ugh.
All right. The show is, I guess, for some people really fun because of the very gruesome ways that vampires and people kind of get offed. Has there been any specific death that stood out for you?
Yeah, when Sam kills Julius.
Didn't like that one
That was
bit.
pretty. Oh, sorry. sorry. I just a little. Whoops. Oh well. But Sam had a good time killing Julius, but Julius was just so surprised. But that was a good moment.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, that was
Were you
great.
surprised when Sam killed?
I was very surprised.
When your girlfriend, when
Oh, yeah.
Scab,
When Frankie went and Scab took Frankie, that was a traumatic one for me. But and Scab just killed it, so no pun intended.
Well, the fans have been waiting for season 4 for a while. Can you tease the next season in 3 words?
Bloody,
swear?
bloody.
I've got survivor
Sur-
and redemption,
Destiny.
and destiny.
Oh, there you
oh,
go.
there you go.
That's a nice word.
Ooh, I got
That was a
chills.
stumper.
I had to think of words.
All right, and so I know it's still early on in Comic-Con this year, but what has been the craziest thing you've ever seen at Comic-Con?
The craziest thing, my face in the morning.
The schedule, the traffic.
It's the spirit. I mean, I don't know about crazy, but just the overall vibe. I mean, you guys all feel it. Everybody's just excited to be here.
And I
And
love that we
Yeah.
get to see people that we admire around here too. So I've had a few fangirl moments, so it's been pretty good.
I think the zombie walk was pretty intense to see. I don't know if it's still being done, but a couple of years ago, or it was this massive amount of people dressed up as zombies just
that's
walking down the street.
They weren't dressed up though.
Yeah, exactly. They just
was
had
just doing morning
late
press.
night.
The zombies felt free to come out.
Great. Well, I feel like we can keep going, but I know I can't keep you. Thank you so much for stopping by today.
Thank you.
Great.
Thanks for having us.
Cheers.